Hello and welcome to Rev Sports. I'm Gargi Raut, and for this show, joining me today is Snehashish Mukherjee from Dubai, Boria Mujumdar, and Trisha Ghoshal. I'd like to start by saying something very quick that even though India has won this match, not a lot of people will be happy from this win. Boria, over to you first. There's a lot to talk about, there's a lot to unfold here. Where do you even begin? There's a lot to talk about.
I actually don't know. I mean, where to begin? How does one describe a match like this? I thought I've tweeted just now saying, India was poor, Pakistan maybe one notch poorer, but with this kind of intent, which was not there, with this kind of application, which was not there, with this kind of pretty shambolic show again, I don't think this Indian side deserves to qualify for the semi-final. If you take a look at, in a minute, take a look at the bowling. In the bowling department, at the fielding, and you see people like Asha Shobna. I mean, Asha Joy dropping those two dollies at short third. If you do that time and again, Australia and New Zealand will make you pay. It's as simple as that. They will make you pay. This is Pakistan. This is worse than my localities club side. They are that bad, and you allowed Pakistan to look good. That's what you did. So that's one fielding. Richa Ghosh took one very good catch, but otherwise buys multiple misfields. The fielding has not improved anything. Now coming to the batting, I tweeted 11, 12 overs, they'll try and close it. There was no intent. Smriti Mandhana is supposedly the world's best. Smriti Mandhana is completely overhyped. Key matches, you have to deliver. You have to take the bull by the horn and deliver. The fact of the matter is, unfortunately, again, she gets out in a key game. Commonwealth Games final, 6. World Cup semi-final in South Africa against Australia, 2. I was checking her scores in critical matches today over the last 2 years. Asia, I mean, just go take a look. She's the most talented we have. Smriti Mandhana is the world's best, and she's a joy to watch. But in critical matches, she hasn't delivered. Now, Harmanpreet Kaur comes at number 4. Why? She batted at 3 in the 2 warm-ups. She's failed in one game. The batting order changes. Pooja Vastrakar dropped after one match. Is it a drop? Is she injured? She was clearly injured in game 1. That's why she bowled one over. You did not want to tell the media. If you just go one after the other, it is quite shambolic here. And then, when Harmanpreet Kaur comes in, you have finished the game in the 19th over, for God's sake. It is pathetic, I'm sorry to say.
Trisha, you look traumatized.
I am. India versus Pakistan. Pakistan getting 100, what, 101? How much did Pakistan? 105.
105.
Yeah, I think I'm just too jaded. I don't know if Harman got concussion or I got one. I mean, come on. How were we batting? At one point, what was Richard doing? I mean, where do I start? This is the most ridiculous team that I have seen. And from the time that I'm watching women's cricket, that, by the way, is not the time that social media was there. As a kid, I have been following women's cricket since 1997, 98. This is the worst team we got. I mean, you cannot tell me that against Pakistan, we are winning in the 19th over, that too after so much drama, where we actually had to contemplate that we might lose. Yes, we have lost a game to Pakistan. Game against Pakistan. We have lost 2 games, I think, against Pakistan in World Cups, but that was separate. Clearly, Pakistan was the better team on that day, and Pakistan had better people. Today, I mean, 105. That is the way you're chasing. Smriti, it's all right. Smriti and Shafali were playing dot balls. They were hitting the balls to the fielders. I get that. Probably you're getting settled. But if you have used up those balls, then you better get on with it. Stand there and win the game. Look at what Laura Woolward and Tasmin Brits did, right? Brits had come out to bat. Yeah, they took their time. Then they took on the bowlers and finished the game. From this game, we just have 2 points. We don't have our NRR back. And you're facing Sri Lanka and Australia next. Sri Lanka, don't go by Sri Lanka losing to Australia and don't go by Sri Lanka losing to Pakistan. Just by the way, Sri Lanka Australia game was also getting close because both the sides were losing wickets. The Sharjah wicket is like that. Against Sri Lanka, it won't be easy. And especially if you play like this, it is never going to be easy. And
The only thing, Trisha, is Sri Lanka has been pathetic. That is the only solace.
But
Because they
Pakistan
have
is
been under par, that is why Pakistan won. I mean, if India continues to play like this, Sri Lanka think they've lost to Pakistan. The potential that Sri Lanka has, they should have played far better. When you look at this Pakistan, come on. There was no intent. There was nothing from that Pakistani batting unit except Fatima Sana Khan and Nidadar. And we know. And you
that is
100
why
runs.
Pakistan, after Sana Mir was a huge factor in the matches that India lost to Pakistan. And Sana Mir, legend, absolute legend. And that back then there was Bisma Maruf and some of the best players. Now Pakistan has nobody. And we are almost gifting the game to them. It was not like Pakistan got the game. We were gifting it to them. Jemima playing horrendous shots. Richa, first ball, where are you going? You don't need 100 runs in 10 balls. I mean, somebody else has to pick up. I can't keep shouting.
I think one of the main points here is the fact that we had an opportunity to get the NRR up and we lost that completely, and that could cost us the entire tournament. Snehashish, before you tell us about what you thought of the performance throughout the match, tell us about the crowd reactions as well. How was the crowd?
The crowds are just coming out and they are happy that India have won. But if you see the larger picture, as Tushadi and Burias has said, that there is a chance, to improve the NRR, but India lost that completely. Yeah, I know the wicket was, bit tricky, was not easy to bat on play the shot, but still, you should have in that match within 15 to 16 over. And I think apart from hitting boundaries, I think one area that I think India and yeah, I think Pakistan also need to improve, that is running between the wickets. There are many instances that one run should have been, converted into two runs, but they didn't run for that. So I think running between the wickets could have helped both teams to score, at a better pace. And I'm saying that if Pakistan could have managed 115-20 runs in this wicket, this match would have gone in favor of them. Who knows? Because this is a very tricky wicket to bat on. So it was good for Team India that they chased today, because if you are batting fast in this wicket, it is very difficult to understand what will be the perfect score to defend. So I think as India chased today, at least they won. But completely, I agree that they lost the opportunity to improve their net run. At least they should have won by 15 to 16 overs.
We have a super chat. Ayush Jindal is saying, uh, Asha Shobna catches almost cost us the match. Agni, you were quite disappointed with those catches as well. We all were. All fans would be. But your thoughts on this and the rest of the match as well?
I honestly don't see this Indian team going through to the knockouts. I'll be very honest. I'll be very blunt. The way we've played today, we're on the verge of gifting the match away to Pakistan. And this is absolutely inexcusable. I mean, this is the lowest ever power play score in a T20 game by India. The last one came in 2016, also against Pakistan. You really mean to say you cannot hit one boundary in 6 overs? I take everything into account. The sluggish pitch, let's assume Pakistan were bowling their heart out. And Pakistan was bowling the best in the tournament so far. They exceeded all expectations. But really, you cannot get one single boundary in first 6 overs where fielding restrictions are in place and you lose Smriti Mandhana's wicket. And then next, what do? You switch to this ultra defensive style of batting. You just go into a shell and you decide to bat out the overs instead of going for the kill, as Boria repeatedly mentioned in our WhatsApp group. That why is this team not going for the kill? You are massively behind net run rate after that humiliation to New Zealand, to the Kiwis. You needed to press on with the net run rate, and this is absolutely unacceptable. And I don't know what's the status of our captain will be for the next match, Harmanpreet Kaur. She was in pain while she went off, and she probably won't be available for the post-match PC as well. If Harman doesn't come in at number 4 or number 3, if she doesn't captain this side, I don't know what is going to be the team balance from the next game onwards. But massively disappointed. And yes, we have talked about the dropped catches since the last match. Richa Ghosh pulling off a stunner in this one, dropping a sitter in the last one. And then we see Asha. I was about to give up my hope on the Indian team. There was absolutely no Asha. The way Asha, draw. And, this, not like they were very difficult catches to take. One was a sitter which she had put down, an absolute sitter. Now, this is where I think also the support staff comes into account. Someone has to take accountability. After the disastrous 2007 World Cup campaign for India, Greg Chappell was sacked. Someone had to take accountability. Who will take that accountability? What is the fielding coach doing? What is the support staff doing? You are dropping sitters. You are getting away because it's Pakistan, because it's a weak side, because you just had 106 to chase. As Trisha very rightly said, you have Sri Lanka and Australia coming up, and I absolutely wholeheartedly second Trisha on this matter that do not judge Sri Lanka based on their performance against Australia. They will make no mistake, they will come out all guns blazing. What will be? Imagine you were dropping Aussie catches in the field. Imagine you were dropping Chamari on the field. What then? I mean, I'm appalled at this performance. You should have gone for the kill. Yes, Trisha, please carry on.
Yeah, one more thing. The two games where Sri Lanka batted badly, they're both in Sharjah. Sri Lanka is now going to play India in Dubai, which is a better batting wicket.
I really don't know where this team heads from here on. But as Boriada always says, and I totally support him in this regard, that Boriada always says that someone has to be accountable. Like, if an unverified news goes on Ref Sports, Boria Mujumdar is accountable, Trisha is accountable, I am accountable, Gargi is accountable. Who is accountable for this lackluster performance? Really, you are finishing
I'll sum this up in 4 points. 4 points. One, I tweeted like a fool saying 10-11 overs, India will finish this. I look like an idiot. I thought 100 runs, you'll chase it down in 11 overs, honest. And you'll get your NRR back. This was your goal. Pakistan is the weakest team in that group, and by a distance. You had to chase it down in 11 overs. Shafali Verma comes out there and starts poking around. Smriti Mandhana, no intent. I mean, these two have been playing international cricket for the last 5 years. Shafali Verma since 2020. She's no longer a rookie. Smriti Mandhana is supposed to be the best in the world and the best in our team by a distance. When will you perform in big tournaments? When? Number one. Number two, tell me one reason why Harmanpreet Kaur was batting at number 4 today, and why did she do number 3 in the warm-up matches and in the first game? What was the reason? Does Amol Mazumdar know what he's doing? Does the coach even know what he's doing? What is the logic? You lied to the media saying Pooja Vastrakar was not injured. Today you dropped her. Why? Because she's injured. She had a strapping in her ankle. You wanted to hide. You could not hide. After that first game pasting, she's not in a position to play. She bowled 1 over. Clearly, she's injured. I mean, come on. Asha Shobana. I mean, you've got to hide her. She can bowl her 4 overs, but if she drops dollies like that against Australia, against the likes of a Perry or a Mooney or somebody like that, come on. And then you have taken the game to the 19th over, chasing down 105. Two back-to-back dismissals of Richa and at one point in time, we were like, are we jumping the gun for an Indian win? I thought the dugout celebrating. What were you celebrating, for God's sake? It was relief.
Yeah,
what
exactly.
was it?
Exactly.
All of us, Indian fans, what were you celebrating with your hugs? What were you celebrating? Tell me. This was a match you really wanted to celebrate after that kind of an effort, that kind of a performance? You tell me. From so far, what we have seen, the honest to God answer is India does not, at least now, I don't know in the next 2 games, does not stand a chance to make the semifinals. And that is the truth. With this effort, yes, Sharjah. Even if it's Sharjah, you won't beat Australia. I know when you control world cricket, you can get an Australia game in Sharjah. I know that. And it's great that you control world cricket. You've got Sharjah. You will put in your spinners and you go. But With this intent, you want to beat Australia and Sharjah? Can you? Can you, with this intent, beat Australia and Sharjah? No.
Boria, the Australia has way better spinners.
And the truth is, Australia will also have
Trisha,
experience of playing in Sharjah.
Trisha,
They played in Sharjah.
forget about
It's not
spinners.
as if it's gonna be-
Trisha, forget about spinners, forget about batters. Australia will outdo us in the field. They will save 20 runs. They will take all the catches. Game done and dusted right there. You don't need to go into the batsmen or bowlers. Australia will I am saying this on record on Ref Sports. Australia will outdo us on the field. Mark my words. They will save 20-25 runs by their ground fielding. I'm telling you, Australia will outdo us by their fielding. And don't even go. I mean, yes, it's Sharjah. Let's look at today's scorecard. Shafali Verma, she has a strike rate of 91. Smriti has a strike rate of 43. You have swallowed 16 balls. You have scored 7 runs.
Hold on. Pakistan scored 29 in the power play of 2 wickets. India scored 23.
25.
This is the biggest
25. I mean, what? 25 in the power play of 6 overs when you are chasing with your NRR down by minus 2.2? 20 and you've lost what, 1? Maybe not even 1. You've lost 1
and Buriada and Buriada, not a single boundary. Not a single boundary.
I thought till the 12th over, and I was counting, till the 12th over, we had hit 3 boundaries. And in the total innings, I think 5 or 6, not even 6. What are we doing? You tell me, when you put in everything behind this team and support them, and we will, by the way. Whatever happens, we will continue to support the team. Give something back to the fans. You are accountable, whether it's a Harmanpreet Kaur, whether it is an Amol Mazumdar, whether it is a Smriti Mandhana, each one of them are accountable. You are accountable. Make no mistake. This effort of today's is extremely disheartening and disappointing.
Snehashish, we have another super chat here. Ayush Jindal is saying we were hoping that we will beat Australia with this bat, as in with this batting lineup. How realistic does that look?
Who was
Exactly. My question is also the same. Who are the people who were hoping? I actually said in the SWOT analysis that Australia's podium finish. So yeah, I think with this batting approach, especially the intensity while you are batting, you cannot beat Australia. But before Australia, first think about Sri Lanka, whether you can beat Sri Lanka or not. I think that should be the first
Sri Lanka. Do not write Sri Lanka off with the 2 bad matches, because do not forget Sri Lanka actually pegged Australia back as well. Sri Lanka had started pushing Australia. Yes, Sri Lanka is not batting well, but come on, Gargi, how many times have we seen Chamari Athapattu just get there and scoring two boundaries? Chamari will hit 2 boundaries, her form will be back like this, and our captaincy hasn't been good. Our fielding will definitely drop her under pressure and we'll make a mess of it. If we continue this way, of course we can be better. It's not like, I want to see only the negative side. But please tell me, against this Pakistan team, if this is the way we play, what positive can I take from this?
And there is actually a super chat here, Trisha. Ayush Jindal writes, Smriti in post-match conferences apparently said we were good in field. Gargi, can you please take this one?
Yeah. I was
Boriada, please respond to this.
Please,
Smriti has said in post-match press conference, we were good in the field. This is Smriti Mandhana in post-match press conference. Boriada, take this one.
One has to leave this ball outside off stump. Clearly, somebody who said in Australia in 2008, Smriti and I were watching different games. She was playing a different game and we were watching a different one. Maybe I was watching some highlights of another Indian effort of some other match. If we were fielding well today with those 2 dollies dropped, except that one Richa Ghosh inspired piece, I don't know what we are talking about. Honestly, if you drop 2 sitters in an innings of 20 overs and you think you fielded well, okay. Mithali Raj was on commentary and she couldn't say anything when that catch was dropped. She said 2 fielders went to Asha and sort of tried to console, and then she said, but if you drop sitters. And I could sense, because on commentary you can't say more. But there was enough there. There was enough lament there. And what do you say? So then, if this is what her comment is in the PC, then what is the standard that she's expecting this team to aspire to? What is the standard we are expecting to aspire? Did you see Pakistan throwing themselves around in the boundary line? Did you see the way Sophie Devine was throwing herself the last game at either mid-off or mid-off? That's what fielding is all about, folks. That's what fielding is all about. Jemima Rodriguez is the only standout fielder. I think, who was commentating? Alison Mitchell, towards the very end. And then the Pakistanis did not run two, and she said because it was Jemima Rodriguez. You can single her out in the field. You can single Jemima Rodriguez out in the field and say, hello, here comes a world-class fielder. Other than that, in this Indian side, if you take everyone, Ashraf Ali Verma, less than ordinary, and Asha Shobna, you have to hide her. Richa Ghosh, except that one catch, ordinary. If you take a look and really rate this Indian side fielder by fielder by fielder, you will not even see most of them qualify for that standard. Again, I mean, I'm sorry, but maybe we are expecting too much. But I was actually expecting this Indian side to be far, far better than what I've seen in the two games. I don't know what happens against Sri Lanka. Maybe we will see an inspired effort. Maybe we will see Harmanpreet Kaur, Smriti Mandana prove all of us wrong against Australia, and all of us hope that is our Durga Puja present. But at this point in time, it's alarming.
No, my only concern is, see, I don't have anything else to say. If Chamari goes bang bang, as Trisha very rightly said, she will just need two boundaries to get herself, back on song. Who stops her, Trisha? This is my question. Renuka Singh, Deepti Sharma, Arundhati Reddy, Shreyanka Patil, Asha Shobna. Who do you turn to? If, suppose, Chamari starts the power play, the first over of the power play, by scoring 15-20 runs, whom do you turn to for the next over to arrest the slide?
Fatima Sana Khan says in the press conference, Pakistan was not able to utilize the power play. They got more than India, by the way.
And she has said that we were 10 runs short.
Yeah, so I thought Pakistan made a big blunder by playing Fatima Sana Khan at number 7. Only person with intent with the bat. Only person with intent with the bat that shot over mid-wicket was a clear sign of intent. She was looking good. Everyone else, Budi Bali, initially was okay. Those two hits over long off. Other than that, Sidra Amin, the way she got out, Omaima, the way she got out, each of the Pakistan batters. And that is why I keep saying this is an overhyped spectacle. The crowd that you saw today, you will not see in any other game. And that is because it's India-Pakistan. The political significance and the story of India-Pakistan impacts this game with crowds coming in. Otherwise, it's a rubbish game. This is an overhyped spectacle. This is a completely overhyped spectacle between two poor teams in this World Cup at this point in time. That's the apt statement.
And as Jeffrey Boycott says, rubbish. This is rubbish. Utter rubbish, as Jeffrey Boycott says.
It is. It was. Let's take some more comments, Gargi.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at actually.
Arundhati Reddy has come for the Indian press conference, by the way.
Bullshit.
Of course.
What is happening? I mean, you've just won a match. Then why are you not sending in Harmanpreet? Okay, now she's injured. Why are you not sending in Amul Mazumdar? What I really don't know what
you want the honest answer.
They're trying to
You want the honest answer? I'll WhatsApp you the honest answer. I can't give you the honest answer here. I'll WhatsApp you the honest answer.
This is pathetic. This is
Ma'am,
absolutely
don't
pathetic.
scold
Now,
me today like that day, but you are a reporter from elite class, but in middle class family, women's are not watching this World Cup. No one cared. They're busy in Dandiya. Pradeep, you did not get my point the other day. I was not scolding you. First of all, I was not scolding you. I was trying to explain to you that there are women, let me tell you, who watch the World Cup not going to the Dandiya. And there are women who will never watch the World Cup, men, women, or any World Cup, and go to Dandiya. And both.
Hold on. Trisha, let me answer this. Boss, what is the exclusivity between Dandiya and this? You play the Dandiya and watch. You continue to watch while playing the Dandiya.
No, I know why. I know why. Because Boriada just mentioned a few minutes back you were ruling world cricket. So you all know about Jai Bhai. So probably he's correlating between Jai Bhai and Dandiya.
Listen.
So probably it's a Jai Bhai story.
concurrently 1 million people were watching it on Hotstar. I was actually monitoring at one point was 8 lakhs,
Yeah.
another point was
Yeah.
1 million. So 1 million continuous concurrent viewership on Hotstar. On a serious note, if I was Jay Shah, I would be disappointed. We've done enough for the women's game and to promote the women's game in the last 12 months. People have gotten opportunities. I mean, this whole thing. I today, if I'm BCCI and if I'm ICC, I will think, come on, if this is my India, which is my big ticket thing for the ICC, where is my women's game headed? Because the biggest opportunity in ICC is not with men's cricket, it is with women's cricket over the next 10 years. Oh, and that's where Jai and his team at ICC will get the maximum opportunity to monetize. But for them to be able to do so, you need a strong India. Exactly what happened with the men. ICC rode the Indian men's team's ascent and the globalization boom in world cricket. Unless India becomes the next big star, if this World Cup India doesn't make the semifinals, trust you me, it will be a big blow for the ICC with Jai taking over. So for them also, for the ICC also, the Indian effort is way more important than what we have seen so far.
Priyanshu here is asking, India plays so many dot balls, not only boundaries, strike rotation, taking single doubles should improve. Even Pakistan fielding is better than India. A lot of improvement is required. I think he raises a valid point about strike rotation at least, because you didn't see any intent when it came to running between the wickets. I think until the very end, I'm talking last over or something. Until then, I did not see anyone, trying to. It was like they were jogging. But Snehashish, you were on the ground. Tell us about what you thought of India's strike rotation. Were they doing it well, or do you think they left a lot of chances to, get more doubles?
No, no. As I said earlier, also that there are many instances where you could have been, or I will say that you should have been taken 2 runs instead of one. But as I mentioned, that this is an area that you need to improve. I was talking with another reporter in the press box that just watch the Beth Mooney innings yesterday. She didn't hit 5, 6, 7, 8 boundaries. She hit normally 3 or 4 boundaries. But the way she managed, rotated the strike, she won the game for Australia. After losing 3 wickets, 3 early wickets, Australia were also struggling. So there was a chance for Sri Lanka to come back the game. But Beth Mooney used her experience and didn't go for big sixes or big fours to end the game quickly. Just play sensibly, go for the single, and whenever there was a chance, took the second 2 runs, and that's how you should play. I think as Sair mentioned, as Trishadi mentioned, that Sriti Mandana and Shefali Verma is also now experienced player, and obviously Harmanpreet Kaur. So your top order, all 3 batters are experienced, and with that experience, if you are still you are not going for those crucial 2 runs, especially when you know that the wicket is tricky and the outfield is very much slow. So I think that is where these 2 runs are more crucial than single. So I think there are many more instances where you could have been or should have been taken to. I think this is an area that you look to improve. Otherwise, big teams like Australia, England will win the game in this region only, because they always look for those two runs instead of single when there is a opportunity.
Snehashish is going into the technical details.
Yeah.
No, just one sec. First of all, 2 things are there. First of all, the match reading was pathetic. Let's admit this. Let's admit this on Ref Sports. They did not read the match well while chasing. And the singles only improved towards the death because of the presence of a certain Harmanpreet Kaur at the crease. She started rotating the strike. She started converting the singles into twos. She started pushing her partner, number one. And number two, the point that Buriada has been addressing all through is about the fitness level of this Indian team. We are wayward in the field. We are lackluster in the field. And that also it's rubbing off while running between the wickets. You are not fit enough. Your fitness level is just not there to convert the singles into twos. If you have to, I'm just hoping these things do not come to haunt us during Australia. A power play, the Australian fielders inside the circle, everybody is a tigress. Everybody is a tigress who are waiting to hunt this Indian pack down. It will take one direct throw to get Jemima out. It will take one direct throw to get Harmanpreet out if she at all plays in the Australia match. And we all know Australia is very much capable of pulling this off. All the best to this Indian side, all I can say.
Trisha, Boria, Dhanush here is saying India should have won within 15 overs, no chance against Australia. Do you also agree that this match, in no circumstance, should have gone that deep?
Obviously. I mean, 15 overs, Dhanush, I think, is giving a lot more overs than it actually should have taken. It should have been done by 12 overs, I think 11, 12 overs. And Smriti has said that they also plan to get on with the game, keeping NRR in mind. But apparently, because Smriti and Shafali couldn't time it, so they thought that they'll take the game deep. But I mean, she did not say that they'll take the game deep, but she said she and Shafali couldn't time the ball. So, but they have the NRR in mind. Now, Boryada, I have a question for you. So, we have the NRR in mind. So, we have to lift this NRR up against Sri Lanka because you are not expecting to lift your NRR up against Australia. Correct? So, how difficult have you made that Sri Lanka match for your own self?
You see, even if you lift this NRR, the fact of the matter is you will have to depend on New Zealand or you have to beat Australia. Firstly, it's not just NRR. That is the first thing that we have to make clear. At this point in time, we don't have our fate in our hands unless we beat Australia. We beat Australia, we have a chance. Then comes NRR. If you beat Australia, then it could well be that Australia, New Zealand, India all have same points and the NRR will come in. But first, you have to say that, okay, you expect New Zealand to lose to, I mean, a lot of permutation combination will come in. So all that is for later. NRR, it was basic that you close this game so that you don't have that pressure on yourself when you go into Australia. And you created a kind of a hole for yourself. I don't know how you will come out of that hole. And you've created way too many questions for yourself which you don't have answers to. Why you played Pooja Vastrakar? Why would Harmanpreet bat 3 in the warm-up and then after one game demote herself to 4? Especially in a match against Pakistan when you are chasing 100 runs. Ogni was talking about Harmanpreet coming and rotate, then why are you not batting 3? If you're confident enough, score a 50, finish it off. The moment
You're
there's
not
one
batting
wicket down, the
because
super comes in.
you have got the timing correct. At 3, you wouldn't have got the timing correct. It's because Shafali and Jami, kind of got the hold of the match. That's why you came in at 4 and got the thing better because you were not confident. Because of the way you have been batting in the warm ups and because of the way you batted against New Zealand, you were not confident. And unfortunately, when your captain is not confident, it affects the entire team. And that is exactly what has happened, Boryada. Nothing against
I mean,
Sharman, super player,
it is
but
not
and
it
inspiring
and
confidence.
this is the problem. Yes, absolutely right, Trisha. And this is the core problem. A captain is not being able to inspire confidence. A captain who is not confident, how will she inspire confidence in a team? Now, as I've been saying from the beginning, as Boryada has been saying, who takes accountability? Does Harmanpreet take accountability? Does she have the guts to say that whatever be the situation, I will come in and bat at number 3 because I am the most experienced I'm the most experienced athlete of this team, player of this team. I will take responsibility when the chips are down, when the team is under pressure. Where is that 92 of 45? Rohit against Australia, 29 of that Mitchell Starc decimated Australia, set the tone for the tournament. And Rohit was doing that consistently in the 50 overs World Cup as well. You need to take accountability. And this is, I am very sorry to say, we should not compare men's and women's cricket team. After all, it's Indian cricket team. This is all what the jersey is all about, the emotion is all about. But comparisons are bound to happen. This is again T20 World Cup in the same calendar year in which the men dominated. Now, where is that accountability? Be it Rohit. See, the two best batsmen, as Boryada kept on saying during the T20 World Cup, the two best batsmen of India, you give them a chance of playing the full 20 overs. And Boryada kept on saying Rohit Virat has to open, Rohit Virat has to open, Rohit Virat has to open. You don't have other options. Sky can come in at 4, Shubman can come in at 3. I don't know what. But Rohit Virat, you have to give your best batters, your most experienced batters a go at number 1, number 2. You have to give them the opportunity of playing 120 balls. Look at what Kohli did in the final and look at what Rohit did the matches before.
Directing everyone's attention to this comment, which I think echoes all of our sentiments pretty accurately. Sarah here is saying, looking at their press conference statements, celebration after the match, it looks like they are not aware that they are playing really bad. That's the worst news. Acceptance is the first step of improvement.
Before we talk about this, Pradeep, Sarah, woman watching match. Yes, please continue. Sorry, but
Snehashish,
Snehashish, take
go ahead,
this.
go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, Snehashish.
Yes, yes, I think absolutely what she has said, that acceptance. I think we have to accept that you are playing bad. I think that's when you can sit and you can go for the improvement. What in which areas you need to improve. But absolutely, I was shocked to see that press conference statement that Shriti Mandana said that we are really good in the fielding. But what to say to her? Even the bowling coach also said yesterday in the press conference that the improvement has been seen in the fielding in the last one and two matches. We are doing better. Girls are doing superbly. They are covering the ground, cutting angles. He used some technical words, 3-4, and it looks like everything is fine. But again today, drop catches and all everything. So I think even in the next press conference, even we asked again about the fielding, he will tell the same. See, only bearing two drop catches, we are superb in the field. We are covering the ground. We are having the runs and everything. So I think overall, not only the players, the management also are not aware what is going right now in the team. So I think everyone is thinking we're winning matches. We are happy. If you're not winning matches, we will not give you a chance to
Either
go.
Bharat, sorry to interrupt, either Bharat Ramraj is tweeting wrong or I am reading wrong. Arundhati Reddy is saying the plan was for the openers to start slowly and then finish the game. What do you mean? What do you mean? The plan was for the openers to start slowly and then finish the game. Arundhati Reddy on why India took more time to chase. What does she mean by this? That the plan was to start slowly and then finish the game. What I mean, either I'm reading wrong or Bharat is tweeting wrong, because if Arundhati Reddy has actually said this, it is making zero sense to me.
Maybe, maybe she just isn't media trained or doesn't know how to answer what is asked. No, that could be a what?
Doesn't know how to answer?
Doesn't know answer diplomatically.
No, no, if you are, I
I didn't
just
complete my
taking a
sentence.
cue, just I'm thinking the all the the support staff is saying that we're doing good, the fielding has improved, and we are cutting angles and doing this and doing that. Then what is the benchmark? Then I really want to ask this and ask this on public platform. Now, what is the benchmark of fielding, Boryada? Is the benchmark that you will drop sitters? Is the benchmark you will be pathetic in the field? And as you rightly said, Jemima is the only fielder whom you have a certain degree of accountability for. I mean, what is the benchmark? I'm saying this, with my heart is aching while saying it. What is the benchmark for fielding? I mean, come on. Comes Australia, comes Sri Lanka, and you'll be taken apart. You'll be just blown away. I don't know. I hope I'm proven wrong. I hope me, Trisha, Boryada, all of us are proven wrong against Sri Lanka and Australia. But we're really, really apprehensive about the upcoming matches. I mean, may God help us. I really don't know.
Okay, so final question to you all, and you can answer this one by one. Right now, things don't seem too good for India, but what are your expectations going forward into this World Cup? Boria?
See, I always look at the glass as half full, so I'll expect them to get better in the next couple of days, introspect, take stock, beat Sri Lanka, beat Australia. No team is unbeatable, and we know that, especially in Sharjah, Australia is beatable. But can India do it? Do they have the self-belief? Do they really believe that they can beat Australia? Do they actually believe, heart of hearts, that they can beat Australia? If they have to do that, they need to say that we have to improve by several notches. Not with this effort. They're not going to win with this effort. No chance. So one hopes, I'm sure all of us will hope the same, that we will get far better against Sri Lanka and even better against Australia. At this point in time, we've not been good.
Trisha?
I think I will not go till the Australia game. I think that's further away. I will concentrate on the Sri Lanka game as of now. And first of all, I would want to get the playing 11 right. That is where it should begin. I did not understand why was Sajana in. For a second, I thought that she was there for her off spinners in the power play, but she definitely did not bowl. And if she did not bowl, it's very difficult for me to understand why a better batter, Yastika or Hemlata, wasn't there. So definitely there's something wrong with the playing 11. And as I have to, I mean, it's a common thing. I think all of us will have the same point. For us to get better, first we need to stop pretending. I mean, for the media, you can pretend as much as you want, but inside at least you should know that you're not doing well. There are so many howlers that's happening, not only on the field, while running, while I mean, today in fact Jemmy was getting almost run out. There was a point where Harman was running, somebody else wasn't running. So all these confusions have to be got over with. And the first things first, first get over the Sri Lanka match and not take it lightly, just because they have lost 2 games and they have been looking pretty out of sorts in this competition. So I think I'll go one by one. And against Australia, I currently, if you tell me right now, I have no expectations. Absolutely not.
Snehashish, what do you expect out of the team now?
I think against Sri Lanka, I think more, more intense intensity. I will be looking forward from the team, because with more intent only you can win the game, and you need a huge win over Sri Lanka to have any chance against Australia. So before that Australia game, a huge win over Sri Lanka can boost you up, and then that can give you a little bit of chance against Australia. Because wherever you play, it is. I know it is Sharjah, but against Australia, it will be difficult. And everyone knows that. Even the team knows. So I think before that game against Sri Lanka, you have to improve your intensity. With that, a huge win can only help the team going forward against Australia. So let's see. Hopefully, the team will improve in the next coming 2 days, and hopefully, a better intensity will be seen in.
Final word for you, Agni.
Just before starting, Tonma Shaha has written in this comment section, I can see this comment, and like men's, they're giving Fielder of the Match award, so Asha must be given his time. Tonma, what are you talking about? If you give medals in the dressing room, does this improve your fielding standards? What on earth? I would like to believe that India will make the knockouts. My heart and my jersey will always be the men in blue. My heart will always say out and loud that it's Team India all the way. But honestly, this team lacks intent, this team lacks planning, this team lacks fitness, this team lacks strategy, lacks everything. And still now I believe that T20 cricket can be won by individual brilliance. So somebody has to step up with a sensational performance. It can be the Virat innings in the final, it can be that Rohit's 92 against Australia, which I keep on mentioning, it can be that Surya Kumar Yadav moment of brilliance, it can be the consistent brilliance of Bumrah. Somebody has to step up. Somebody has to take accountability, and we have to stop living in a fool's paradise. We're living in a complete illusion right now. We've fielded well. The plan was for the openers to go slow. We need to come out of these illusions. High time. We are facing extremely tough opponents the next time, and we need to win convincingly. We need to win by good margins, and we also need to depend on other results. So my heart says, my mind says India all the way. But I really don't know. My brain actually says something else. So fingers crossed. Hoping all the best for the men in blue.
How are your mind and brain saying two different things? They are both the same of me. Your heart.
No. My mind. No. My mind is always telling me. My mind is always telling me that there is something. There is light at the end of the tunnel. There is a silver lining. But my brain actually keeps on telling me that there is no silver lining. You are not even ready to admit that you were pathetic on the field. Where are you heading?
Can I say something really just as a fan? Today's match is silver lining for me. Today's game's silver lining for me was, and I'm sorry, I'm being a complete fan here. When Mithali Raj walked in with that trophy, that was the silver lining for me. That was something that I have seen.
For me, actually, it wasn't, because I actually thought she deserved that trophy as a player. It didn't look nice. I mean, I thought her mind must have gone back to that 9-run defeat, must have gone back to 2017. India should have won that. Dipti Sharma shot and whatever.
No, you're getting me wrong, Boryada, because I have grown up as a kid. And when you grow up wanting to be part of the team, I wanted to do it for my captain, who I've always thought is Mithali Raj. So seeing the trophy was that for me, that, that hand deserved it. I know what you're saying, but I think
that hand deserved it, and India deserved it. And there is that lament. Come on, we deserved it. We really deserved 2017. I mean,
but it was,
we deserved 2017.
The way I'm saying is, the trophy is in the right hand. That sort of a thing,
Absolutely.
Absolutely. In men's cricket, Mayank Yadav has started his international career with a medal.
And not only that, Mayank Yadav has just picked out Mahmudullah as his first international wicket. So Mahmudullah is gone.
Fantastic.
Oh,
So
beautiful.
Mayank
So
Yadav
Bharat,
at this point in time is 1.2 overs, 1 run, 1 wicket, 1 maiden.
Brilliant. Boria, the last question. You think Mayank Yadav one for the future if he can maintain himself and not get injured?
Fitness. Yeah, entirely. And I can bet my bottom dollar. So Lucknow will retain him. The question is for what? It will be Nicholas Puran and Mayank Yadav will be the two retainees for Lucknow for sure. In fact, above KL Rahul in that pecking order, hopefully, given the way. If Mayank Yadav is able to maintain his fitness, no debate. No debate that Mayank Yadav is a star for the future. No question. But he has to maintain his fitness. Gargi, you can close the show. We'll come back
there
after
is
the men's game.
there,
And by
there
the way,
is there
JV
is also
McLaren from Mohun Bagan is a Marcus Stoinis fan.
there is
Please.
also one but Boryada. Boryada, there is also one more but. Mayank Yadav, after today's debut, he will be a capped player. But Thala, for a reason, will be an
4
uncapped
crores.
player at 4 crores for Indian
Correct.
Premier League. That's the biggest news.
No, so
Bole
Mayank
jo
Yadav in one day,
koyal
in one day,
baat mein.
Mayank Yadav is actually earning 7 crores more from 4 to 11 at least.
Can you imagine?
If
Can
not
you imagine Mayank Yadav earning more than Thala for a reason? This is amazing. This is the best part about IPL.
All right, it's been a pleasure talking to you all. Thank you so much for everyone, to everyone who watched and sent their comments and opinions. We love talking to you guys. Stay tuned to us and don't forget to join for the post match for the India versus Bangladesh game as well because we'll be back. Thank you.